Hi all, this is Max from HTC Today I'm going to show you how to install the Ubuntu on your HTC Evo. So first thing you'll want to do is make sure it's go to settings, applications, and make sure under development USB debugging is checked on, and connect your USB to your HTC Evo, and make sure your phone is rooted. It's not gonna work unless it's rooted. So once that's rooted, let me open up a command prompt. I'm using Linux this time, so it should be very similar. And what you want to do is you'll want to do basically adb push all this. And I'll have it adb push BCM 4329. Oops, sorry. Let me get this thing close up. There we go. 4329.ko /system. And this file BCM 4329.ko, you'll want to put it on your SDK tools directory. I'll have that for download. So enter that, and that will actually push this is the Wi-Fi driver into your system files, because you have to actually push, you have to copy over the new Wi-Fi and 4G, otherwise your 4G won't work. And we'll do the same thing with the sequence_sdio.ko. So this will basically push the Wi-Fi and 4G from my new compiled kernel into your 4G. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure you have downloaded fastboot. For Linux you can do wget and download it. Anyway, and also you should have the Z image downloaded and put it in your SDK tools folder, just for easiness. You can do fastboot flash Z image and then Z image bigger, like that. And then it's gonna wait for device, so you gotta put your phone back into fastboot mode. So let me adjust this a little bit. So turn it off. Oops. So what we're gonna do is hold the power button down and turn it off. Power off. Alright. And this is the new kernel image. I mean, once you flash it, it could break things if you have like stuff like overclocking your HTC Evo. But if you don't have custom kernels on there, it should work fine. And Wi-Fi and 4G works fine if you put the drivers. That's why you need to put the drivers along with the kernel you compiled. Otherwise, it'll break your 4G and Wi-Fi. So once it's turned off, hold down the volume button and hold the power button. And it'll go into bootloader mode. It'll go through the PCImg, and just hit on the fastboot and hit power, and you should see little bars going there. There you go. So it's gonna, it actually flash the new image. And now we're gonna go to reboot and hit power button. Alright. And that's it. The rest of the instructions are the same as on the Nexus 1, and you can get should be able to get to the Ubuntu on your 4G now, because basically what it is that you need to have a loop device enabled when you compile your kernel, and most Nexus 1 ROMs actually have that as default. But on the Sprint HTC Evo 4G, they somehow commented one line of code. So that's all, you know, the new kernel does. It doesn't do anything. It's just stock plus, you know, the loop devices. Anyway, let me show you. Yeah, right now you should go follow the directions on nexus1hacks.net, and then when you come back, you can always launch your new, you know, Ubuntu via a command line. So now we should be able to do su, and then oops, Sorry, I'm away from home, that's why I can't record this the right way. And then oops, let's do boot Ubuntu, just like I showed you in the other video. And that's it. You can see, boot it. Brought to you by, there we go. See, and then we can just, VNC is launched, so launch VNC, get rid of the keyboard and connect, and voila, we got landing touchdown. So that's how you install Ubuntu on your Evo 4G. The only difference is that you have to flash the new kernel and the new drivers. If you just flash the new kernel, it might work and might not work based on what kind of drivers you have, because they all go together. When the kernel is compiled, the drivers are also compiled, so that's why I think they should go together. So do those two, and I'll have the instructions on how to compile your own kernel if you have like custom mods. That way you can compile your kernel and make everything else work too for you. So see y'all later, and check out htcevohacks.com for Evo hacks. See y'all later. So I loaded up the Firefox browser, as you can see. It's a bit slower than the one I installed on Nexus One, which runs Froyo and managed better. It's a lot slower actually, but you're not gonna really use the GUI for anything. It's really just for that you can do it, but the core of the Ubuntu is pretty cool, because now you can use it to do stuff like install web servers, web cracking, all kinds of cool stuff. So it works. I mean, the next thing I want to do is actually load up a bunch of these Ubuntus on all kinds of old Android phones and make, stack them like together and make a, supercomputer with it or something. In 10 years they're gonna have probably a bunch of Android phones that nobody uses, but then you can straight install Linux systems, Ubuntu's, and then use them as web servers or whatever. It'll be kind of cool. So that's the proof of concept for Ubuntu on the Evo 4G. Go install it, have fun with it, and see y'all later.